Happy Wednesday! So it's been a while since we've had just a regular old training vlog on this channel, but we're back. You'll notice that we're in a new space today, and you're probably gonna have a lot of questions, and I'm not gonna answer them for you yet. All of your questions will be answered next week. For now, we're just gonna have a regular old fun training day. There's Frankie doing crossover symmetry. Say hi, Frank. Oh, and Lenya's doing, I was gonna say Lenya's doing some planks, but Lenya's just laying there like a dead fish. Muscle snatches are first up. Short. Boom. Muscle snatches are done, and now we've got some supersets. So, first of all, these supersets are super hard, but I also think you'll notice that we're doing a lot of kind of basic movements today, since we're kind of working on the basics, and we have been for the past couple weeks, really. It just serves as a good reminder that no matter how good you get or where you're at as an athlete, it's always, always important to continue to work the fundamentals and constantly revisit all the basics, and just remind yourself exactly what good form and good technique feels like and looks like. You're never at a point where you're too good to drill the basics. Today we're not really drilling the basics, but we are kind of sticking to more basic movements. We stayed light on the muscle snatch. You know, we're just working kind of pushing, pulling, basic movements, and we kind of have been for the last couple weeks. This first superset is pretty hard, but then we have another one that is comprised of Romanian deadlifts, heavy Russian kettlebell swings, which just means you only bring it up to your eye line, you don't go fully overhead, and then GHD hip extensions. And so again, like pretty basic stuff, you know, it's only 6 RDLs, and then of course hip extensions is more of like an accessory type movement. Same with the tricep extensions on the first superset. I've actually been really enjoying kind of like revisiting simple movements and just focusing on like accessory strength and making sure that like all of the right muscle groups are firing when I do each movement. Sometimes I think it's good the same way, you know, when we're on a cycle, we do deload weeks because you can't always be lifting heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. I think it's good to have weeks or even maybe just some days where you revisit fundamental movements and the basics of each movement. Even now that I have muscle ups, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be doing muscle up drills, even if I'm using them as a warm up. Once you have a skill or you're proficient at something, it's so easy to just kind of leave the fundamentals of that skill behind. But I think it's always good to revisit them and continue drilling them. And then we just did some simple rowing intervals to get our heart rate up and get our cardio in, and then that was terrible. We've been working pacing on rowing a lot lately, and you know, instead of the intervals being like, okay, do 500 meters as fast as you can this many times, it's instead, okay, you're gonna do 500 meters this many times, but every time you're gonna hold this exact pace, and you're gonna keep the same exact pace from your first interval to your last interval. So it's been really good to kind of just be more aware of long-term pacing goals instead of just like, okay, well, let's see how fast I can do a 500 and then maybe I can do that 8 times. unlikely. I'm not a great rower, but I'm working on it. And then to finish it off, we just did a 3-minute max distance. It was supposed to be a sandbag carry, but we don't have sand in our sandbags yet. So we just did a D-ball, 80-pound D-ball carry instead. Pretty similar, not a huge difference. Sam doesn't want to carry her med ball back, so she's going in her car. We were gonna just carry it back and forth like I did, and little Miss Overachiever decided to just keep walking. Now her med ball's 200 meters away and she doesn't want to carry it back. So she's going to pick it up way down there. Well, we accomplished a lot today, and now we're finished, and I am beat up. So like I said, I know a lot of you guys are going to be curious about this new training location. I'm not saying anything yet, but that's only because next Wednesday, hopefully, you will get a video that will answer all of your questions and explain everything, and then we'll all be on the same page. And I just don't want to ruin any surprises or excitement for the next video. But yeah, that's all we've got today. Thank you guys for watching. If you missed Sunday's video, I talked about a whole bunch of apps that can help you get and stay healthy, so you can check that out now. And regionals is coming up, and we're gonna be going to the West Regionals. It's gonna be exciting. So if you don't know what to watch between now and regionals, you can check out my open playlist to get y'all hyped up. I've got a secret puppy compartment.